So that's good. So you don't have to. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm excited because, as you all know, we have worked. I haven't worked, but Jackie has worked endlessly to help us to get this absolute incredible product that I have been using and been very familiar with for the last 8 years. And I can truly say that this was something that we look so forward to because we know what it's going to do for every one of you. And so tonight we want to make every minute count. So I am going to turn it over to Double Diamond, my friend for many years that has worked, like I said, diligently to make sure that we get this. I don't know how she's accomplished what she's done in the period of time, but we started working on this, what, Jack, 2 years ago, and it's just now, hadn't it been that long
It's
since we
been
were trying
over
to get it?
three. It's over three now.
Has it already? Wow.
Yeah.
So 3 years we would get started and then we'd have to stop. But she never stopped working to make sure that we had what we needed for our bodies. So with that, Jackie, thank you for doing what you've done. And thank you for never giving up. To have this product exclusively with our network marketing company is says a lot in itself. So I just want to turn it over to you. And I got my pen and paper out. I'm ready to take a lot of notes.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. And it's through yourself. It is a little bit over 3 years because I checked on the emails when they first came through when the first call that we had about looking to bring this product into MPG. We didn't have a home really for a few years. So I was looking at it, it's been a 7-year project to find the perfect home. And so there are a lot of things on that criteria list that we needed. And it started with the faith in knowing Karen so well and then knowing so many of you. Like we've been EMULIN warriors all the way through for quite a few years. And so it was very much a project of passion and wanting to have something that you knew that had such a big impact in people's lives. But we wanted to make sure it came into the right hands, that we're going to honour it in the way that we felt that Dr. Erin's legacy needed to be honoured because this man has certainly changed a lot of people's lives over the 10 years that I've been involved with this product. And that's why I will always say to you, spreading hope and giving life a smile, because when people have no hope and they stop smiling, and something as impactful as a product like EMULIN 5 comes into your body and gives you the chance to be able to live life more eloquently, you certainly start to appreciate what you didn't have and what you now have in front of you. So as we go forward, I knew it was coming out Saturday morning, but when it actually officially came out and it was on pre-order for the US and for Canada and for the UK, I was on the phone to Jamie at the time when it came out, and I just cried like a baby. And it was so nice to be on the phone with her because I just thought, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, to be honest. Like I was looking at it thinking, are you kidding me? It's been like so many years for so many of us to get to this stage. So EMULIN 5 is finally alive with MPG Global, with Randy and Kathy Tynehart, with Misty Yap and all of the corporate team that have worked so hard to bring this product to where we are. And we are just at the ground floor, obviously, before we head into other countries. But before we get started, just understand that there is an important disclaimer that as I explain to you, I'm going to set this up as to what the problems are in the world and what the potential solutions are with this product and incorporate it in with Fix and also a few of our other key products. But always seek medical advice or your physician's advice. So just make sure that you understand that that's very important for you to do. We're just offering you an option for you to consider to help your body if this is the pathway that you choose to incorporate on your daily basis. Let's have some fun, because if you are doing this to share this with people and you want people to smile, you want them to have some fun, discover the message. When we understand a little bit of emojis, we're all sending emojis out into the big world. And why would I put this up here? Because you should be having fun to be able to share what you've got and have a passion for it. And basically it's spelling out that health is wealth. And to be able to share something with a bit of fun that puts a smile on your dial, and you can give it to your kids and ask them to figure it out, and they'll work it out quicker than what we can. But when we understand what Dr. Ahrens has brought into this company and the credibility behind this man, that Dr. Ahrens for years had research with 5 locations of supercomputers going nonstop around the world for the discovery of the brand new vitamin called EMULIN. He was nominated for the science and research behind that discovery of the brand new vitamin EMULIN in 2015. And then in 2016, he was nominated because he did actually discover the cure for Ebola, SARS, and dengue fever. But when we come to MPG, we were looking for something a little bit different, as they were. So Dr. Ahrens then formulated the product, as you are going to understand, called EMULIN 5, which is exclusive to this company. And we have signed an exclusive agreement, so you're not going to see any of Dr. Ahrens' products with any other network marketing company in the world at all. This was a very long decision, as I said, but it met all of the criteria for both parties, that we all had the same vision and we had the same ideas of wanting to create a legacy for the company, for the people, and for people that needed something so impactful in their health. When we understand what we've got, this is very important. So we have TGA approval here in Australia for this product. We are undergoing halal certification, HACCP testing, stability and quality control. We started off doing this as a global step forward. So understand what we have done as a company is that we're going to have 2 separate labels now. So we're manufacturing in Australia and we are manufacturing in the USA as well. So the Australian TGA label will not be on the USA product, and you will notice that on the one that you have already purchased if you have it. But what you can do, and this is very important, so if you're taking notes, please make sure as a leader that you share this. You can go to the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods and you can look up the number 481850 to be able to go and have a look at what these permitted indicators are. Under no circumstances, and I mean none, are you to actually put this on social media or anywhere. Like, this is something that you need to just send people to and let them have a look for themselves as to what this product can do, because this really is just for Australia, but you're able to use the benefits of those permitted indicators for someone to go and look in their own time. When we understand as well what we're going forward with, and my little technology is having a bit of fun with me today with this little arrow, and it wants to stay on this spot, that we basically are providing you with Mother Nature. And I mentioned to you, whether it be with EMULIN 5, whether it be with Fix, whether it be with New Zealand Fulvic, and even with the new Elevate Herb product, we've got products that are coming from the earth. This is what Mother Nature intended for us to have. You know, where we're growing our food in the earth, we're actually then having plants that we're consuming. We've got animals that are consuming those plants. And as human beings, we're doing, you know, something in one of the above, of where we're relying on all of those. And it's something around the world that our world actually has changed for us, because we just haven't got the same quality, which I'm going to explain to you. But EMULIN 5 has pre-launched into these countries. So we have flown into the USA, Canada, and United Kingdom. So you currently can bring people on board as an independent sales rep, and they are able to go through and place an order as a pre-order. We are coming to Australia and New Zealand. As mentioned, we're manufacturing in the USA, but we're also manufacturing here in Australia, and we're in the final stages of that. So that will be coming soon here to us as well, which is very exciting. And then when we understand too, what products do we take? So I mentioned to you, we've got Fix, we've got EMULIN 5, we've got New Zealand Fulvic, we have Elevate Herb, plus we've got the coffee, Slim Pour Java coffee. There's a lot of things that we have that are quality products. But people will often ask you, what products do we take and why would we consider taking more? Well, here's the main reason. Oranges, apples, vegetables, they're all different, but they're the same, aren't they? They're natural plant-based products. And our bodies need to be fueled by natural plant-based products, vegetables, fruits, things like that that are good for our bodies that we used to get from the earth. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a lot of processed foods in there, and processed foods, as you will soon see, create some issues for us. EMULIN 5, discover a natural option to help manage the toxic effects of sugar and carbs. When we understand, you've seen these in regards to how it can support and assist your body And as mentioned, you can pre-order currently now in the UK, Canada, and also the USA if you are an independent sales rep only. It will open up for customers at a later date, but that's the introductory, and then it's coming to Australia and New Zealand. Compliance is a really big thing for us, and for any of our products with MPG, we really pride ourselves to ensure that we provide you with the education that we are merely asking you to provide your body with products that are supporting and assisting your body to manage the symptoms that you're navigating with on a daily basis. So what are the health challenges that we have? We have so many of them, and we do as a globe around the world. There's so many things that we're trying to combat. So let's talk about who you should reach out to with EMULIN 5 and with Fix as well, because here is why. We are trying to help the body to help it to heal itself. We're trying to have a healthier body, a healthier lifestyle, so our family are jumping up and down for joy, because that's what we should be doing. We should be aiming to try and get good health in our bodies. We want to be able to feel better. We want to have the wealth of being healthy, because being ill costs a lot of money. And then we want to be happy. And if we can have the top one to begin with, and then have the wealth of being healthy, then you're going to be happy. It's a domino effect for you. But when we understand what EMULIN 5 is and why everybody would benefit, and what the synergy of flavonoids are, why probiotics, why vitamin C, and what's the connection between today's nutrition and EMULIN 5. So we're going to paint a little bit of a picture for you that when you start taking EMULIN 5, you are going to notice a difference within weeks, and Fix is exactly the same. There are going to be subtle differences that you're going to notice if you're aware of what your body's doing, because everyone's body has a different response and a different reaction. So you've got to give it that time to be able to do that. When you understand what carbohydrates and sugars are, and how do they affect the body, it's really important to understand this, because there is a problem here, and how do our bodies develop inflammation. When we understand the problem, when we look at carbohydrates and they're metabolizing into simple sugars, and they raise your blood sugar levels, which contribute to fueling inflammation. This is very much, there's a key there to Fix as well, which I'm going to touch on later on as well. And when we start eating foods like rice, this is the amount of sugar in a small bowl of rice that you're looking at. So it becomes a deadly cycle of where sugar is not meant to be stored as any sort of source, because it's actually poison in the body. So unless you're using it as an energy source, you start this deadly cycle of where you eat sugar, it's elevating your blood sugar levels. It's only a short-term energy system source. And as quickly as it's going to elevate your insulin levels, it's going to drop just as quickly. And then those hunger pains come back again, and you have this deadly cycle that continues. So when we start understanding what sugar does to the brain, that it's lighting the brain up, it is that same response that somebody has as for when they're having cocaine or some sort of a stimulant that's going to provide the body with too much that it can't manage. And the brain's just going to go, holy dooly, what do I do with that? So when we know that it's a toxin, it is a poison to the body. It was never meant to be stored. And there has been a lot of changes over the years for the consumption of sugar that people are consuming. And as good as we try to be, there are hidden sugars in a lot of our foods. So when we start understanding why we need a product like EMULIN 5 and also Fix, you'll realize what you have in your hands is literally a gift. When we look at carbohydrates, they are actual individual units of sugar, and some carbohydrates are okay, they're good for you, and others are not. And so when we understand that you can reduce your intake of carbohydrates and you can increase your proteins and your fats, and it is actually possible to have a meal a day or even a week without carbohydrates, and you will still survive. But when you understand the impact of rice, and it has very little nutritional value except when you are using it as an energy source. So my husband in the professional athlete space, like they will have a post meal and it's always going to have some rice in there with some meat and vegetables to help them to recover. But they've had a huge exertion. But if you're not doing that, all you're going to do is store that rice as sugars, and then you're going to fuel those inflammatory markers. When we understand what real food is, and this is what we're providing you in these formulas of EMULIN 5 Fix with New Zealand Fulvic, it is raw plants and vegetables that we're putting in a very condensed state. We cannot eat rice. Like any food that you have to actually cook is not considered to be a natural, like a natural plant-based product. If you're having to cook it, then it's had something in there to give it a shelf life. We need to eat fruits, nuts. That's something that we do need to have, and we need to to have those on a daily basis, to have a balanced diet, but you can live, as I said, without carbohydrates, but we cannot live without the proteins and the fats. We do need those because 1 in 5 people are carbohydrate sensitive. So EMULIN 5 is putting back into the bodies what has been taken out of our original diets because those natural changes occurred, as I mentioned, from the soil through to the plants to the animals. And our food literally just lacks the nutrients that we just simply can't get anymore. There is an awful lot of work that goes on from the time that you consume food through down to the big poop that we all need, because if you don't poop, we're in a whole lot of trouble. And this is where carb toxicity comes into place, where you get those increased sugar levels, elevated blood fats, excess weight, sluggish and physical mental energy. It's literally like if you have had a celebration like at Christmas time, and after you've had that big Christmas meal and all you want to do is go and lay down on the lounge and just go, oh, just let me breathe. And it's because your body is doing all of this work to try and process what you've put through there. So we need to try and help our bodies to be able to do that. So with probiotics, being able to provide your body with something with EMULIN 5 to put some balance back into your gut, and having that good friendly bacteria in the gut, it's really important to be able to have that as well. Vitamin C, we need to get that from our fruits and vegetables. It's not something as human beings that we actually produce ourselves. So it's something important that you need to be able to absorb through the food choices that you have. But if you're not absorbing enough, you're going to get a percentage of that through your EMULIN 5 daily intake as well. So I've explained to you about sugars, I've explained to you about carbohydrates, but I want to explain to you about the effects of inflammation on the body, because when we look at refined carbohydrates and sugars, they fuel inflammation. And it is literally like you light one match in the body and it's not long before it bounces to one to the other. It's just like a little domino effect again. And when we understand with inflammation that you need acute inflammation, if you cut yourself, if you break a bone, you're going to need the acute inflammation, but it's the chronic long term with these big bad boys around the side here is where you're going to benefit the most. If we can try and chaperone those carbohydrates to your body and to be able to mobilize sugars more efficiently, your body's going to thank you for it. Inflammation is tightly connected to digestion. So why does this product differ from any other other anti-inflammatory products on the market? It's basically simple because we're dealing with the root cause. We are getting in at a cellular level to allow your body to unwind at a cellular level, to get those feelings of dis-ease, to let it heal itself in the time that it needs. And we're trying to help the body to find balance. That's basically what we're trying to do through all of these key areas. Flavonoid deficiency syndrome, please Google it, write it down and understand what it is, because it is a real thing. Flavonoids are found in fruit and vegetables, and that's what you are getting in EMULIN. Actually, in Berry Jane, which is not the real name, but Berry Jane also has a percentage of flavonoids in it as well that's coming to your little door. So that's another cool thing as well, that we're going to be having that synergy of products here with MPG. Flavonoids replace what's missing from our diets, and the lack of flavonoids in the diet, pardon me, results in dysfunctional carbohydrate metabolism and chronic inflammation, dis-ease, not disease, but hyphenated. When we understand that it also results in low energy, and eating more carbohydrates only makes it worse for us. But stopping again, stop and think that we're not curing, healing, or fixing any diseases. We're just helping the body to heal itself. So what is the solution? What are we looking at? We're looking at these superhero products that we're putting in front of you for you to choose, because when we understand the link that is missing and we're providing you with these key elements to be able to help your body to heal itself, then you'll understand that through this product and how it's broken down with EMULIN 5 specifically, there are 5 key elements in this, and one of the flavonoids is a chlorogenic acid, and it supports and assists you in these key areas. The second one is a myricidin flavonoid, and again, supporting and assisting you in these areas. Quercetin is the big heavy hitter, I believe. It's the one that does the bulk of the work in the flavonoids and supporting you and assisting you here. Probiotics to put in that good friendly bacteria back into your gut to help you in these key areas as well. And the last one is vitamin C to help you with your immune system and all of these other elements that you can see here. So this is your 5. It's the magic 5 of EMULIN 5 being alive, but it has a 7 key pathway. So it's chaperoning through 33% of your carbohydrates from the time that you consume them in these 7 key pathways. So you're looking through here on the 7 of them, from sugar to starch conversion, fat formation, insulin release, and so forth. So we're trying to fight against obesity and the metabolic disorders that we are seeing around the world. EMULIN is patented in numerous countries around the world. It's had clinical studies on rodents, humans, published papers. And the whole point of this is for you to understand that it is a carbohydrate manager. It is not a carbohydrate blocker at all. It's managing through 33% of those carbohydrates to help you to be able to disperse those more efficiently and control your sugars, help you to protect yourself against excess carbohydrate intake, metabolism, healthy blood sugar levels, the gut-brain axis support, your immune support, and helping your body to get back into homeostasis. So here's a couple of key elements here. I want you to understand that it's been formulated, as you know, from plants to help you in these areas of your digestion, your gut health, your immune system. Whether it be EMULIN or whether it even be with Fix, has got that synergy sitting in there. It's helping you to manage your carbohydrate metabolism to support healthy blood sugar levels. Both of these products are supporting you in those areas, but this one in particular is helping you with that GBA, the gut-brain axis. But as I mentioned before, you can actually reduce the storage of excess sugars and fats in the tissue by promoting a permeable, flexible vascular system and supporting your proper functioning of the immune and repair systems and proper inflammatory response. These are things that are compliant and non-compliant. So it's very important to understand that if you start using these things on the left-hand side, that is non-compliant. You need to understand if you're going to talk about arthritis, you would rather say it helps promote joint flexibility. Support and assist in managing symptoms. Try not to mention a disease per se. Any of our products, everybody is different. No two people are the same. So within a week, you're going to see some sort of an improvement in your health. And it may just be that you are feeling better within yourself and you're not quite sure why, because everybody's body is so different. But when you understand what is a daily dose, the daily dose is 2 capsules a day. And you may need to adjust that. But on the side of the bottle, it tells you that you can take up to 3 times a day, 10 to 15 minutes before meals. Why? Because we want to help chaperone those carbohydrates, 33% of them, through your system more efficiently if we can. It's safe to adjust your daily intake if needed. It is also, if you are navigating a medical condition that's challenging you, please consider adjusting your dose. Or if you're on board with a lot of medications, you may want to increase or saturate for 5 to 7 days. So if we were on 2 a day, for the next week, you might increase it up to 4 or 6 or 8. But if you have increased it to 8, decrease it back down slowly as well. So reverse engineer it basically so that your body is not going to go into shock because you've gone from 8 a day back down to 2 rapidly. It is just food. And when we understand this part right here, if you end up having a common cold, you're going to look after yourself. It's like you having, like I said, a Ferrari or a Maserati as your car. And if it's running on empty, you're going to put more fuel in it. If the tires are running a bit low, you're going to put more air into it. Now, bodies are exactly the same. And this is what you can do with Fix. You can also do it with EMULIN. You can do it with New Zealand Fulvic as well. Don't be scared to add extra food into your body when you need it. Detoxing can be experienced as your body changes in any of our products. So rehydrate with water. But make sure you put a bit of electrolytes into there, because if you're going to the bathroom a little bit more, you may find that you're going to just need that little bit extra support there for you as well. Understand that in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months, as you keep going forward, you're only going to start to feel happier, where you're going to be doing the happy dance because you're giving your body back what it's been screaming for years probably, to help it to be able to help it to heal itself at the time that it needs to unbalance at that cellular level. As I mentioned, Fix. Dr. Aarons is a big advocate and was happy to endorse this product because it does work so eloquently with EMULIN 5. I've been using EMULIN 5 for 2.5 years, this particular formula, while we've been beta testing it, so I understand exactly what it can do. But when I added Fix on top of it for the last 10 months, it's just taken my health to another level. So it's something that's really important to understand. Do I take one? Do I take both? Can you afford not to take them? When we understand MPG, I'm just very, very proud to be a part of this company, and I'm sure each and every one of you are, because it is a ground floor opportunity. And if you are new on this call, please go back to the person that has invited you. There is a business model behind it. If you're wanting to understand that too, please reach out to the person that invited you. But if you do nothing else for me today, please make sure that you invest time in your health before your health invests all of your time. because there are solutions out there for us. We just need to look, and normally it's going to come from nature, which MPG is providing that for us. So, Karen, that is my presentation, and I would like to actually ask Angela Wake. I want to give a little bit of a background. We've got three people that are going to provide their personal reviews.
Yeah.
Angela has been if you'd like to unmute yourself, Angela, that would be great. Because Angela's been a regular long-term user of the original EMULIN and has ordered EMULIN 5, but is also using Fix. So with compliance, would you like to be able to share your story for me, please, Ange?
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for that, Jackie. Yeah, so basically I have fibromyalgia, endometriosis, and a host of other things. I've basically been in pain for now 30 years of my life. And I was used to it. I thought that was normal. That was it. It was going to be like that. I get terrible side effects from Big Pharma. So I was trying to manage my health naturally. Um, when I got started, it was Emulin M and Emulin C. There was two different kinds. I was using Emulin C, and the difference I noticed was that my pain was a lot less. Um, I have general my whole body joint pain. I never knew what was going to hurt in the morning. Um, it used to take me about an hour and a half to actually get out of bed, get into the bathroom, and get downstairs, because everything hurt and I was moving so slowly. Um, After I'd been on Emulin for a few days, um, without thinking, I got up out of bed, into the bathroom, sorted a load of washing, walked down the stairs, went into the utility room, put washing in the washing basket, made myself a cup of coffee, and came and sat down in my living room. And my daughter was sitting in a chair with her mouth open. And she just said to me, Mum, what have you just done? And I'd just done it on automatic because I wasn't feeling the pain. Um, it wasn't until she actually snapped me out of it, and I realised, oh my gosh, I haven't done this for years, easily 20 years. I haven't been able to do that. Um, my pain was a lot less. I mean, if I did push it, obviously it came back. It's not a cure. It's managing the pain. Um, I suffered very badly with migraines. It's one of the big symptoms of fibromyalgia. Um, Now I used to be in pain with a migraine for about 3 days. And then I had a day when my head was what I would call my fuzzy head, when it was just felt like I was wading through treacle. Um, with Emulin, they were certainly reduced. They didn't go completely, but the numbers of them were reduced. I used to have them sort of 2-3 times a month. So you can imagine how many days I was in bed in a dark room. With Emulin, if I had a migraine, and I normally felt it in the morning when I woke up, I used to take my normal 2 Emulin and took 2 more on top, go back to bed for about 3 or 4 hours, wake up. Sometimes the migraine had gone, sometimes it was still there. If I took 2 more Emulin when I woke up, if the migraine was still there, if I took 2 more Emulin, by the evening it had gone completely. So whereas I would normally be out of action for about 4 days, it was at maximum one day. My walking was so much better. I could walk for miles. I actually went on holiday with my partner and I walked 3 miles into town and 3 miles back. Last year, with no Emulin, because I haven't been on it for about 2 years now, we went to the same place and I went to do the same walk, and I couldn't get to the end of the driveway of our gîte. And I just couldn't go any further. I was in too much pain and had absolute chronic fatigue. So hearing that Emulin 5 is coming, I can't wait. I really, really can't wait. So I'm going to get straight on it. I will do the flood dosing because that's what I did the first time.
So,
And that
Ange,
really,
I just want to intervene there because you've missed a really important part. You started taking fix.
yes, yeah, I have started. I started Fix a few months ago, and while it's helping with the pain, my pain is still there. The improvement I've seen in mine is actually with my fatigue and my energy levels. Um, I have got so much more energy now, and I'm sleeping better. I used to sleep 4 hours a night, if that. I'm now sleeping 8, 9 hours without waking up. And my energy levels. I was at an event yesterday. I was on my feet for 10 hours, which is unheard of. And I was running around, and I had perfect clarity as well for the whole day. I didn't get an episode of brain fog once. I did this morning because I was absolutely shattered because I'd exhausted myself, but it was a natural exhaustion. It wasn't a fatigue. So I can't wait to see what these two are like together, because when I was on EMULIN, I was still getting a little bit fatigued, and I didn't have this much energy. I had the great pain relief, and my pain was vastly reduced. It was managing it perfectly, but the fatigue was still there slightly. So yeah, I cannot wait. I am going to be so happy when these two are together.
Well, I just want to, Andrew, I want to say to people, like, really briefly, this lady has been a warrior right through. So when I reached out to her when we knew what we had coming forward, it was like tears of joy for both of us. Just knowing what she's been through and then seeing what the results have been. And I will say it's 1 o'clock in the morning for Ange because she's in England. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I can't wait as we go forward. And just from my heart and my home to yours, thank you so much, my beautiful friend.
Thank you so much. I really really appreciate it. You quite literally are changing my life, and that's not an exaggeration. So yeah, I can't wait. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Well, I think it's thanks, Ange, and I'm going to come back to Karen because I want Karen to introduce our next person that's going to share her review. Because this is what our company's doing for us, guys. Like, you know, Dr. Arians has created this product. We've got Trey that's created Fix. We've got New Zealand for. We have got so much on our hands that is helping our bodies do things like this for us, just supporting us to be able to live life more comfortably. So, Karen, did you want to introduce our next lovely lady?
Yes, absolutely. Deb, if you would, Deb Allwood, she actually went to convention with us, all wine rather. She went to convention with us and was very blessed. She got to get 2 bottles of Emulin 5. And so, Deb, when you got back up to the room and you shared what had happened, even right when you first started, it brought me to tears. I'm like, oh my goodness, how can this do that? But if you would just share with everyone the amazing results you've had so far.
Sure thing. Hey, thanks so much for having me on, guys, and it's so great to hang out with my tribe. So yes, I was in Vegas. I've been on Fix for several months, and it's done wonders for me also as far as the visceral fat and the lean body mass. But the pain that has been in my knees and my hips and I have scoliosis, so of course in my back has been very debilitating. I've gained 50 pounds in the last couple of years just because I can't move very well. So I agree with Karen. It was like when we got our bottles, of course, it was like panic. Everybody did it, and we had them within a few minutes in Las Vegas. And of course, I opened it and I popped 2 of them immediately. And within a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, I turned around and looked at my other compadres that were at the table and I said, is it possible that this stuff can work that fast? And I'm not, the joint discomfort didn't completely go away, but I'll tell you what, it went down by 50% at least in 45 minutes. And for me, for the rest of the weekend, I mean, it made all the difference in the world. I mean, I still walk with a walking stick, but I'm up to walking a mile without stopping now. Before it was maybe 2 blocks at the most. So I'm looking forward to just keeping on it. I've been taking 5 a day. Don't ask me why 5, I guess because I want to stretch it as long as I can. But I take 2 in the morning before breakfast and 2 in the evening before dinner. And then I take one right in the middle of the day when I'm not eating. I just take it. I figure the more that gets in there, the better. So I'm anxious to keep on keeping on. I get up. I'm I can get up now and I don't have the pain. It's kind of weird because it's been there so long. So it's kind of scary sometimes. I actually stood on a step stool today and hung a picture on my wall, and I haven't been able to bend my knees and get up and down on a step stool for, I don't know, 3 years at least. So I'm excited and looking forward to it, and it's all good, good, good stuff.
Thank you so much. You look fabulous.
Oh,
You look
thanks.
fabulous. Yes. It's these stories that I'm like, oh my gosh, can we really get Fix and EMULIN together? Because it's going to totally change the world. I know that because I see it. I hear it. All these stories that are coming in, guys, it is. It's life changing. You can't question it. You don't have to worry. It's just going to do what it's supposed to do. And so, thank you, Deb, so much for sharing your story. And I know you're going to have continued success over a period of time. I know Fix has done wonders for you as well. And the combination, guys, it's just big stuff. So, thank you, Deb. And I'll turn it back to you, Jackie.
Thanks, Karen. Oh my goodness me, it just makes my heart so warm to hear
I
that.
know.
It gives me goosebumps, and it's not about me, it's about all of you, to see things like this happen for people. So our other dear friend, Dr. Ron Borsima Sr., would you like to unmute yourself and just give us your review, your personal thoughts on where you've been and where you're at now, if you wouldn't mind, my kind friend?
Oh, I'd love to. And this has been quite a journey we've had together over these 8, 9 years, 10 years, I guess, with EMULIN, the original. I took the M and had great results with it. When I was a young man at 21, I fell down some snow-covered stairs with my infant daughter in my arms. And to avoid landing on her, I twisted and wrecked my back pretty good. Wound up in a hospital bed in traction. They don't do that anymore, I don't think. But for a whole month with 50 pounds hanging off my legs and trying to stretch me out, and that kind of went away. But every now and then I'd be working and it would just put me right on my knees on the ground. It just, those nerve damages are incredible and they don't heal easily. And then started playing some serious tennis, and I wound up with a rotator cuff injury, and that bothered me for years. And then Fix came into my life. Or I should say EMULIN came into my life before the Fix. And what a difference it's made. Just all those issues, they're gone, totally gone. And now with the new EMULIN 5, which I've been on fortunately for a month now because we got ours in Vegas as well, along with the Fix, I'm noticing that my brain is clearer. It stays clearer longer. The energy all day is all day, not this, oh, I might get a little 5-minute nap or something after a lunch break or something like that. But otherwise, my brain is sharp, it's focused. And we're doing some serious walking with my son-in-law, who's 68 years young only, and we going up and down sand dunes, quite an elevation change. In an hour, we do 3 miles. And we're tired at the end of it, but we get in the car and we drive maybe a quarter of a mile and we think, I can't believe it, we're feeling good already. We recover so quickly because of what these nutrients are putting in our bodies. And I've had the good fortune of getting a hold of this little Berry Jane, and I've been on that for 3 days, and I don't know if I should tell that story, but that's really an interesting little addition to my supply of what I'm putting into my body, and I'm noticing that as well. One of the things that I've noticed all my life, my brother, my sister, we've all been round-shouldered. I was walking down the street the other day, and I said to Don, I feel like I'm walking so erect, and that otherwise those tendons are so tight, they're loose. I can stand easily. I'm flexible. I can touch my toes with knuckles down in the shower in the morning. At almost 82 years of age, I'm feeling like 50. I don't know how old, but it's amazing what these products are really doing for us. And when we get all these together, the Fulvic, we're taking that, an amazing journey that we've been on, and we just got to go bless many, many other people because they deserve it.
Yep. Wow.
Oh my goodness me, Karen. Did you? It's just, I don't know, it's like Christmas every day at the moment because we just have these incredible products. So is there anything that you would, I want to thank Dr. Ron. I really want to thank Debbie and also Angela for sharing something that's always really personal. And to be able to open up, something that is near and dear, and that is you. We really appreciate you because you really are giving everybody else a gift to go out and share and to give people, I don't want to cry, of spreading hope and giving life a smile, because a lot of people lose hope and they forget to smile because there's nothing to smile about. I do want to say on the compliance note, to be the fun police, anything that you have heard here, that everybody is different. So if they've explained something over a time frame, or if they've shared with you how much of the product that they are taking, that is going to look very different for you because your body is very different. All we're doing is providing you with a personal experience for you to be able to take away and realize that there is hope. And there is a reason for why these people are smiling and why we are so happy. So I'll pass it back to you, Karen, to be able to close this call.
Okay, thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you for everyone for sharing your testimony. Yeah, I was trying to keep from doing an ugly cry because it's just validation of what we really have. And it gives me a really good feeling knowing that we're really changing the world. We really can. I've been in the industry for a long time, 35, 38 years, but I've never been in the position having this quality of products that deliver for everybody. And it's just, it gives me great joy to know that we're all here together and we just got started. So, with that, guys, thank you for being on. We're going to stop the recording and then we are going to open it up for about 10 minutes. If you have questions, if you want to ask questions, feel free to do that. So, Jackie, thank you so much.